Hi guys, welcome back to I Slay Spina Bifida. Here on this channel we slay in all obstacles that comes our way. I would like to say welcome to my new subscribers and welcome back to my old subscribers. Welcome back everybody. I'm Dawn, and before I get into the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, because I like to, communicate with you all. Currently it's almost 6 o'clock here in Chicago, Oak Park. So, and it's raining outside, y'all. It's dark outside. So, but anyway, I wanted to come on here and talk about forgiveness. How I was tested. And I don't know if it was a test from God or, because the enemy likes to test people as well. But I know I was tested, and I had to recognize that I had to forgive. I have to forgive my enemies. Even when I felt like, they don't deserve to be forgiven. No matter how dirty they did me, I know I had to forgive. Hold on for a second, you guys. I'm trying to get away from the light a little bit. I do need the light so that you guys could see me. Yeah, you guys, like my wig. Got on a wig today. Took my braids out. I'm about to do something to it. But I might wear this wig for a while. But anyway, so I believe I've been tested to see if I would forgive, people that would do me wrong. Because back in the day, when I wasn't trying to have a closer relationship with God, when someone do me wrong, I think I mentioned this once before, I would get really offended, and it would almost be like, I would get too mad, and it made me want to, haul off and slap somebody in the mouth. But because I want to have a better and closer relationship with God, that was one of the biggest pills to swallow, was to forgive. And so this one particular time, I guess this is a story time too, you guys. But this was the beginning of this year. And for those of you that don't know, I'm very sensitive when it comes to my disability. And then when a person throws that up in my face, like disrespectful for no reason, it really hurts my feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to, put my problems into God's hands. So there's one particular time, this was back in February of this year. I had to get a new air conditioner installed. And one of the tenants was coming to visit my neighbor next door to me. And he stood behind my neighbor's door yelling out disrespectful things about my bladder issues. And y'all, I was tested. Because just so happened I had my leg rest from my wheelchair that needs to be fixed. I had that in my hand. You know, I was kind of like cleaning up and stuff, so I had it in my hand when he yelled that out. And while I was, you know, holding the door open for these guys to bring in the air condition for me. And that West Side chick came in my head like, you might as well tell those two men to move out the way so you can bust that man in his head to the white meat. But I couldn't do it because I felt like God was speaking to me at that point. He just quickened me like, I'm going to take care of your enemies. Forgive and put him in my hands. And so that was so hard for me to do, y'all. I know it's a plenty of time. I know I'm not the only one that felt like that. Like, I really wanted to bust this man upside his head to the white meat for disrespecting me. I never said anything to this guy. And I think the reason why he did that was because I was assigned to a parking space, and I have to have that parking space opened. You know, no one is supposed to park there because I have caregivers, which is my nephew and my sister. Either one of them could come over here during the nighttime just to make sure I'm cool or to see if I need something done to the house. So that has to be open at all times. Even when I'm gone, they can very well come over here because, you know, they have a key to my apartment. So they can come over here and do what they have to do and leave. So that parking space has to be open. Even when my parents come visit, the parking space has to be open. So I guess he took it out on me because every time when I see, you know, his car or his wife's car parked into the space, I have to ask him, and I was never rude to him. I was always polite. I didn't even know the man's name. You know what I'm saying? My next door neighbor would call him and let him know, hey, my neighbor is asking, can you move your car from out her space? You know, no one cursed him out. No one did anything to offend him or, you know, make him feel like he was offended or anything like that. Yeah, I'm a very cordial, nice person. I would never curse nobody out, you know, for no apparent reason. I know, you know, like I said, back in the day, if you do something to me, yeah, I would call you all kinds of names, but the child of God. That's how I was. Because I felt like you coming into my space, I'm at peace. I'm not doing anything to you, but you are offending me and throwing my disability in my face, making fun of me, and I'm not doing anything to you. Like, who does that? But you got rude people here, and that's just the way it is. But I felt like I was being tested. I really felt like I was being tested. I really was. And so I didn't bust the man's head to the white meat, even though the West Side chick was like, girl, do it. Go ahead. Just throw that. You got good aim. Throw that leg rest and bust him in the head. And I'm thinking, like, I don't want to go to jail, first of all. So, and then I'm not finna try to be violent towards somebody who's foolish, you know, because like I said, God told me in his own words, I'm going to take care of your enemies. Don't worry about your enemies. Forgive and move on. So I forgave, even though he did not come to me and apologize at all because he didn't care. I still forgave. And that was a very tough test. But I knew I passed it because I didn't do anything. I didn't curse. I didn't, you know. And that's how I knew that, you know, I was beginning to have a humble spirit, because that's what I want. I want to be humble. You know, I want to stay humble. I want to stay obedient. And I want to represent that I really do love Jesus. I love God. I really do. Because he loves me. And I just don't want to ruin that relationship between me and God. You know, even though I knew that he would forgive me if I was to do that. But also, I don't want to be punished by him. So I had to find myself doing the right thing and forgive, you know, forgive people who has done me wrong. Then the second time I was tested, and I think I mentioned this before. It was a guy that I really liked, and I told him about my disability, and now it's like, you know, he's, you know, treating me as if I'm a disgusting person, or, you know, and I don't want people to think that way about me, because I'm not, you know. But that really hurt too, because, you know, we both was like liking each other. So I wasn't the only one that was liking him, but he liked me too. And when I, you know, told him about my disability, you know, my bladder control issue, and, you know, this was like after months that we've been talking, so it wasn't like right away type of thing. You know, I had to let him know what he was going to be getting into. So like I said, one of those days that it happened where, you know, I couldn't control my bladder issue, and now he has just been treating me differently. Like, you know, he don't give me compliments anymore. He don't, you know, smile at me or anything like that. So, now that I'm around, sometimes when I'm around him, I don't feel comfortable. I do not feel comfortable at all. And it was just like, you could just feel it, you know, how you could feel that nasty present, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just didn't want to be around him. And I know he said some pretty mean things too, so I had to let it go. He never apologized to me, but I let it go anyway. And I forgave him, because like I said, I love God. I want to be found doing what I'm supposed to do that will please God. Not man, but God. So if he wants me to forgive my enemies, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And see, that's what we all need to do, is forgive our enemies. No matter what they did to you, forgive them. And pray to God and ask God, you know, you handle that situation for me. Because he will do that. He said he will take care of our enemies. He will make our enemies be at peace with us. So it's just up to us to have that humble spirit, that humble heart that God loves, and forgive. Forgive, and do not, please guys, do not, when a person is being chastised by God, don't rejoice in that, because God could turn around and get you. So and it is not pleasant to be chastised by God. It really isn't. So we have to have a humble heart, a humble spirit, you know. And if you feel like that enemy is, you know, trying to talk you into doing something that you know that God is not pleased of doing, you pray right away. You pray, because that's what's going to help you, you know, get through it and do the right thing. Because like I said, I really love the Lord. I do. I love him with all my heart. He has done so much for me. And if it wasn't for him, I would not be here today. So why would I be disobedient towards him? And two wrongs don't make a right. So let them be wrong all by themselves. And if they don't see the wrong, you know, God will let them know. God will let them know they did wrong. And y'all, it's just, you know, I do see a lot of changes in me, because your girl was rough at that time. I would put my chair on speed, getting ready to run somebody over. That's how I was. But now that, you know, I have God in my life, and he's helping me to be humble, and he's helping me to recognize the enemy, and he's helping me to handle my battles. You know, God don't need no help when it comes to battles. God will fight our battles for us, and we have to realize that, you know, people are going to be who they are. They're going to do what they want to do, but it's up to us to have a humble spirit, forgive, and put them in God's hand. Because in the Bible, it also says that it is it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of an angry God. So he's not pleased of what the enemy is doing to us. He's not pleased with that. Long as we are, you know, standing up for God, and long as we are have that humble heart and that humble spirit, and we're at peace with God, he's not gonna allow the enemy get the victory of everything. And that's what I had to realize, you know. Even though, you know, I wasn't feeling myself, you know, I was kind of like in a depression mode, because I didn't really understood why all the things was happening to me all at once, you know. But I had to realize that, you know, God is in control of everything, and he will fight my battles. Even the ones that did me wrong, he got them. God sees all, and he knows all. He sits high and he looks low. So don't worry about your haters, y'all. Your haters are going to be taken care of. Okay? And that's all I wanted to say for today. I hope you guys gotten a message out of this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and just stay humble, y'all. If you don't have that humble spirit, pray to God. Talk to the Lord about it. And, you know, he will answer you. He will answer you. You just have to have that willing heart and that willing mind to listen to what he has to say to you. Because we don't want to be where, you know, we are being chastised by God. Okay? So, I love you guys. But God loves you more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and God bless. Bye. Mwah.